G'day Beaks and Beaks to Bee. Are you curious about learning more about beekeeping? I have been a beekeeper for over 55 years and rearing queen bees since the 1980s.
When I met Alan through my local beekeeping club, I knew nothing about bees. So in this particular honey hive, we'd noticed the queen was probably getting to about 15 to 18 months old, still performing, but we've decided it's time to change it over with a younger one. And the benefits of running a nuke all year round, or several nukes depending on your situation, is that at a moment's notice you can have a young queen available, which is what we've got over to the side here. So this nuke here is a double nuke with no excluder for the purpose of building up bees. And what we've done is found the queen in this one, also found the queen in the honey hive, caged the queens, and now swapped them over. This queen here has just been placed down, and shortly she'll start piping to be fed. And if they behave nicely towards her, she'll amalgamate fine with the colony. So that's the old queen into a nuke, and she'll perform quite well in a nucleus hive. This is the young queen, and because she's in full lay and performing very well, she'll serve this honey hive much better than the older queen. And as you can tell, they're just calmly trying to get through the cage to feed her. If we were to notice that they were buzzing and forming a tight ball around that cage, it would mean that they would be trying to ball her and kill her. But in this 5-minute queen exchange that we practice all the time, never had one failure. So it's a top tip. And as part of the overhaul of the brood box, by changing the queens, we're also removing 4 frames, lifting them up into the middle super, and replacing 4 good stickies downstairs. That'll help keep the bee numbers high and give the new queen plenty of room to lay. Make sure there's no drone comb in the frames, and make sure the frames are straight without any bows or holes. That one's too bowed for my liking.
That on?
Yep. Even though it's dark, the cells are still quite thin, so she's right to go. So as you can see, as we've done our monthly brood lifts, or as required, we've dated with the month and the year in which the frames went in. So I can tell that these 3 in the middle were put in January 2016. These 4 here were just put in today, and these ones here were older frames, and they'll be the next to move out. The next thing we do is squeeze them all together. Helps with warmth, also reduces drone comb being built in the brood chamber, which we don't want. So that's looking pretty neat. Now we're going to release the queen. She's been sitting there for enough time for us to be satisfied that she's going to be accepted without a problem. If she's reluctant to go out, you can give a slight puff of smoke at the back. Sometimes she gets preoccupied being fed instead.
There she goes, she's going.
Bang, straight down. And then of course, with all due haste, you want to get that excluder on. For easy cleaning next time, try and have the longitudinal bars on top. So that way you can clean it up without a hassle. So the frames that we've lifted up from the brood box are here, and they're about to be placed into the middle super with the stickies. And because we've found the queen and we know that she's safe downstairs, we can easily place these frames up into the middle super. These are our 4 brood lifts, and you must check these within 5 to 7 days for rogue queen cells. If you lift frames above the excluder and don't check, you've defeated the purpose, because it's likely you'll end up with a rogue queen who'll hatch, go down through the excluder, fight with your old queen, and basically you'll lose production. Yeah, that's the bottom. All good?
Yep, all good.
So in one opening of the hive today, it's been pretty efficient, because we've been able to exchange the queen from a nuke to the honey hive and vice versa. we've been able to lift 4 brood to help build up bee numbers, and on top of that, exchange and harvest a full super of honey.